Frank, and this is my life of detailing.
When I think about you, my feelings can't explain why after all this time you stay on my mind.
How is everybody doing? I'm just driving around on this beautiful rainy day in my purple Jaguar. Just going to be talking to you guys about detailing and how I got started. So first things first, cars have always been a big interest in my life. I've liked cars ever since I was a little kid growing up, especially growing up with my brother. He was a big influence in me liking cars so much. I would just see him in the driveway when I'm upstairs, just looking out the window. He'll be detailing all these nice exotic cars like Lamborghinis and Ferraris, Corvettes, whatever it was, and that stuff to me was just awesome as a kid. My brother, he would have nice cars of his own because of his success in detailing, and he would bring his own cars into car shows, and I would always go to car shows with my friends or my mom or my dad. I just love going and seeing all those nice cars, especially seeing my brother's car. So that's really how I first started to like cars so much. I first started detailing when I was about 15 or 16 years old. I would only detail when my brother needed help. I never really saw myself detailing, but it was a good way to make money at the time. Pretty much my first job right there, detailing with my brother. If it wasn't for my mom, I probably wouldn't be detailing because my mom would always scream at me, "Connor, get off your butt. You gotta go detail with Nick." When I first started, it was hard. It's hard to learn, just like anything else, but once I got the hang of it, it kind of became second nature, and I've enjoyed doing it ever since. The thing I like most about detailing would probably have to be working on all these nice cars that I would dream of having as a kid, and seeing them up close and being able to just work on them. It kind of serves as motivation to get one of those cars for my own. The thing I like least about detailing has to be when Nick tells me to do the wheels of a Lambo or something like that, where there's so many spots you need to get on the wheel where you just gotta dig your finger in, and that's just annoying to me because he doesn't like doing it, so he tells me to do it. Because I'm young, I can still bend down easily. The thing about detailing that people don't really understand is it's not just a basic wash and dry. It's really a process, and it takes a lot of time and effort, especially when you're doing a nice, expensive car like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, Rolls Royce, something like that. Those customers, they want their car looking the absolute best, so you have to put in your absolute hardest work and effort to make that car look the absolute best it can look. My favorite car that I've ever detailed, probably a Bugatti. I detailed a black Bugatti in the city, one of my brother's good friends. Bugattis are rare, you don't really see them too often, and that's like a $3 million car right there, so being able to detail that was just a rare opportunity.
Don't feel every day. There is a reason why I should feel this way, but it's not because the skies are blue no longer.
The number one supercar I would want to have has got to be a Lamborghini Huracan. Growing up, Lamborghini was always my favorite car, and the Huracan is just something different about that Lamborghini compared to the other ones. It's not the most powerful, not the most expensive, not the least either, but it's just a fun car to drive. You can do a lot of modifications to it, and you can build it however you want to build it. One day I hope I can build it the way I want to build it. My future goals with detailing? Well, right now I'm just detailing with my brother. Whenever he needs help, he'll call me up, send me to a place to do a car with him, or he'll have someone drop off a car at my house and I'll do it there. But in the future, when he gets tired of it, I'll be more than happy to take over it. I'm willing to do that, put in the work for that, and I essentially want to build it into a car wash from what it is right now.
When it comes to detailing a car, it's more of a process than you might think. It takes a lot of steps and a lot of hard work to get the perfect car that you want. First step is going to be getting 2 buckets. The reason for 2, you need one for the soap, one's for the water. The reason you have one for the water is after you go over it with a wash mitt after dipping in the soap, you don't want to get all that dirty mud and dirt back into the clean soap. So you want to rinse it off in the water to get rid of all the dirt. And the first product you want to use when washing the car is good old car shampoo. Pour a good amount into the bottom of the bucket, spray it with water, rinse it up, create a large amount of suds. Once you have the soap in one bucket and the water in the other, what you want to do to get started is grab your basic wash mitt, dip it right into the soap and right into the car, then just start washing. To wash the wheels, what you want to use is a blue microfiber towel. You just dip this right into the soap and then right onto the wheels. So when cleaning the wheels, what I like to use is wheel cleaner. And this basically just dissolves all the dirt and brake dust that's on your calipers, brake rotors, wheels in general, whatever it might be, and just takes it right off without any problem. One of my favorite products that I like to use is detail spray. What this does is it removes all the excess dirt, dust, and little particles on the surface of the car. Now what you can use with that is a clay bar. And what a clay bar does is it removes contamination and grit inside of the paint that you necessarily can't see from the outside, but the clay bar picks it up and safely removes it without leaving swirl marks. You use the detail spray as a lubricant, and then you just rub this right on the paint of the car, and boom, removes all the contamination that you didn't even know was there. Now as you're claying the car, you want to make sure you're keeping the car wet and spraying off all the excess clay that you're getting stuck on the car. And after you finish claying, what you want to do is go right back to your soap bucket, grab the mitt and do a quick wash over it to make sure you're removing any of the particles from the clay that are on the car. After you wash the car and the car's still wet, what you want to use to dry it is just a simple Adams Polishes drying towel. This little towel, it can dry a whole truck in one go. It just dries the whole vehicle safely without introducing any swirls or scratches into the paint. After the car is completely dry, that's when you use the wax. What wax does is it gives the car the last perfect shine that it really needs to stand out from the rest of the cars on the road. You get your applicator pad, you put the wax on the pad, and you just start buffing right into the paint. As you're waxing, as you're buffing on, you got to make sure that you're buffing off. So you use a nice blue microfiber towel that's dry, and as you wax one panel, you want to wax it off. After you wax the whole vehicle, what you want to do after is grab your good old detail spray and a blue microfiber towel that's dry. You just mist it right onto the surface of the car, and you just wipe right over it. This leaves a nice perfect shine and the nice gloss that you would hope to have. After washing and detailing the whole outside of the car, you can't just forget about the inside. What I like to use with the inside is Total Interior Detailer. What this does is you just spray it right onto the seats, the dash, the wheel, whatever it might be on the inside of the car. You take a blue microfiber towel, you just wipe it right over. That removes all the dirt, dust, and any fingerprints in the car. One of the biggest things to use while detailing the inside is a vacuum. You cannot detail an inside of a car without a vacuum. You need to get rid of all the crumbs, dirt, whatever is on the inside, under the seats, in the seats, behind the seats, on the floor, wherever it is. You want to make sure you vacuum that out to make your life easier when detailing with the total interior detailer and the leather conditioner. After you vacuum the whole interior of the car and wiped it down with the total interior detailer, and you have leather seats, you want to use leather conditioner. You pour this right onto the applicator pad and you just buff it right into the seats, not missing a spot, and it leaves a nice rich leather look, glossy and shiny as ever. To clean your floor mats, engine bay, tires, anything with grease all over it, you want to use all-purpose cleaner. This removes all the grease and little dirt particles that are stuck on the floor mats or the engine bay, cleans it right off, leaving it as good as new. After you finished up with the whole interior and exterior, you just want to start to clean up, dump your buckets out, put the rags in one bucket, wash the rags, and on to the next day, on to the next car.
So I'm here with Big Brother Nick Frank, founder of Synergy Detailing, and I'm here to ask him a couple questions about how he got started. First, Nick, when did you first start detailing?
I started detailing in 2008.
What motivated you to first create Synergy Detailing?
Well, I was a huge fan of cars, so I wanted to take my passion and turn it into money.
How did you come up with the name Synergy Detailing?
Two forces are greater than one. We had a third business partner, me and my partner at the time, and we found out that the two of us are greater than him, so we decided to go with Synergy.
How did you grow Synergy Detailing to what it is today?
Word of mouth and just being who I am.
What do you like most about detailing cars?
Seeing cars like this, as you can see behind us.
When you first started, did you detail by yourself or did you have a team?
I had a team, about 3 guys, and we narrowed it down to 2, and we got a couple more guys today.
What's your favorite car that you have detailed?
My favorite car that I detailed? I'm going to say a purple Jaguar. Really nice car, classy diff. Actually owned by this gentleman right here.
Alright, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, you did.
Nick Frank.
That's me.
So I'm now here with my brother's wonderful fiance, Danny Lamanna, also part of the Synergy team. First, why did you decide to also get into detailing?
So I got into detailing because Nick was doing it with a bunch of his friends, and as they got older, he got into more better jobs, I guess you could say. He needed someone else to be working with him, and I always help him with his cars. So he decided to ask me one day, and I said, why not? It's a great thing to do on the weekends together and make a couple extra dollars.
Did Nick force you to work with him, or was it something that you wanted to do?
He didn't force me to, but it was something that he brought to my attention, and I also love cars, so I decided to go along with it, and it's been a great experience for both of us working together.
What do you like most about detailing cars?
The thing I like most is that I'm really into cars, like I keep saying, but I work in the medical field, so I'm not around them as often I would like to be, so this gives me an opportunity to work with cars more than I can. So.
Last but not least, what is the favorite car that you have ever detailed?
My favorite car we've ever detailed, that's a hard one, but I'd have to say probably the Lamborghini Huracan. Probably my favorite.
Alright, Danny Lamanna.
We're building an empire at Synergy Detailing. Come get your car detailed.